The wait is over. Robby the Serval, the Tricky Hyena, is finally finished and ready to be read. This was written by me, and me and my friend helped create one of the characters on here who, she's a hyena. It's a fun little story about Robby trying to deal with an annoying hyena who's always bothering him, while his friend Charlie goes out with his mother to do stuff. Let me go ahead and read it. The sun shines over Africa during a hot summer afternoon as Robby and Charlie play with a small rock Robby found by the river earlier. The two kitties toss the rock back and forth rapidly, trying to see who can kick it into the other's gold trees first. "I'm a hard kitty to kick past, aren't I, Robby?" Charlie said in a playful manner. Robby then swoops in and does a lightning-fast kick, completely catching Charlie off guard and sending it into the gold tree. "You are hard to pass, but you're not impossible to trick, and I am just fast," Robby says with a playful chuckle. The two kitties then play fight with each other, laughing and having a great time when Charlie's mother calls him as she walks out of her den. "Charlie, come on, we have to go now," she says while looking for her son. "I'm over here, Mom," Charlie says as he runs towards his mother. Charlie's mom then licks her son's head as Charlie wonders what's going on. "Your aunt is visiting, and she wants us to come and see her," Charlie's mother says, finishing cleaning her son. Charlie looks at Robby with a sad face, but explains to him, "Yeah, I forgot to tell you that my aunt is visiting, and I really want to go see her. But don't worry, Robby. We can play tomorrow," Charlie says while trying to cheer up Robby. Robby then smiles as Charlie and his mother begin to walk off. "That's fine, Charlie. I'll see you tomorrow then," Robby says as he dashes off to find more friends. Robby runs through the savannah, trying to catch a bug before stopping in a nearby pond for a drink. As Robby is taking a few licks of water, he notices an unknown creature in the reflection behind him. Robby quickly lifts his head up and takes a quick glance at who's behind him. "Hey, who's there?" Robby says with a worried expression. Unfortunately, Robby does not see whatever creature was behind him, and he returns to drinking the water. "Shoot, this heat must be getting to my head," Robby says, wiping the sweat off his forehead. As Robby is finishing up his drink, an unexpected but loud shout startles Robby, causing him to lose his balance and fall into the pond. "Hi!" shouts the creature, who turns out to be a hyena. "Who are you? And why did you scare me like that?" Robby says, coming out of the pond drying his fur. The hyena wags her tail while smiling as she introduces herself. "My name is Trixie, and I want to play with you, kitty cat," she says in a playful tone. "Couldn't you just introduce yourself without getting me all wet?" Robby says in an annoyed tone. Trixie laughs as she smirks at Robby. "And miss the fun of watching you fall for my tricks? That would be boring. I can be anywhere at any time, so keep your eyes open," Trixie says as she suddenly disappears into the tall grass behind her. After getting his... I should switch that to afternoon. After getting his afternoon thirst, Robby heads to the forest to find his friend Duncan, an African black-footed cat who loves to play hide-and-seek with Robby. Due to his small size, Duncan is difficult to spot in the thick bushes and trees that surround the area. "Hey Duncan, where are you?" Robby shouted as his voice echoes throughout the forest. Robby then hears a small voice from a nearby bush calling his name. "I'm over here, Robby," Duncan says in the bush just left of Robby. Robby runs to the bush where... I forgot to change that to Duncan here. At the time, Duncan was unnamed because I was trying to figure out something, but yeah, his name is Duncan. Anyways, where Duncan called out from. He looks inside only to find nothing inside. Robby was confused as he couldn't understand how Duncan just disappeared like that. "Hey, how did you..." Suddenly, a tiny kitty jumps out from the opposite side bush behind Robby and onto him. "You checked the wrong bush again, Robby," Duncan says, bouncing on top of Robby. Robby gets up and brushes himself off while shaking his fur. "Oh, Duncan, you are always the king of hide-and-seek," Robby says with a friendly chuckle. "You got that right, Robby. Now it's your turn to find me. Good luck," Duncan says as he runs and disappears into the bushes not far off. Robby then puts his head against a tree and closes his eyes. Closes his eyes as he counts to 10. "Ready or not, here I come, Duncan," Robby says as he walks off in search of his little friend. Robby walks around the forest searching for Duncan as he comes across a section of vines and overgrowth. Duncan, are you in here? Before Robby can finish, he is suddenly strung upside down and tangled in vines. Ah, what the? Robby says in shock. A laughing hyena then comes out from behind a tree smiling. Ha ha, I got you again, Robby, Trixie says while giggling and laughing. Trixie, I was trying to look for my friend Duncan. Why must you interrupt me in my friend's game of hide and seek? Robby says with an annoyed expression. Well, you found me instead, and who's Duncan, if I may ask? Trixie says in confusion. Duncan jumps out from behind a bush and is surprised by what he sees. I'm Duncan, and what happened to my friend? Duncan says while looking at Robby. Trixie then jumps next to Duncan, looking down at the little kitty. Hi, little guy. My name is Trixie. Are you a kitten? Trixie says while getting into his face. Duncan backs up, giving him some space from Trixie. No, I'm a black-footed cat. We're very tiny, and you're, scaring me, Trixie says. Scaring me. Hold on, I'm gonna rewrite that. Hi, little guy. My name is Trixie. Are you a kitten? Trixie says while getting into his face. Duncan backs up, giving him some space from Trixie. No, I'm a black-footed cat. We're very tiny, and you're scaring me. Trixie says, Don't worry, I'm just having fun. Don't worry, I'm just having fun, but keep an eye out and expect the unexpected. Trixie says as she runs off, disappearing into the forest. Dusk has arrived as Trixie is finishing up a pitfall trap destined for Robby. She pats down the dirt and leaves the hole with a silly expression on her face. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Robby's face when he falls for this one. Literally, Trixie says, laughing while trying to control her silly self. Trixie then hears footsteps getting closer, and she quickly runs and hides behind a rock, waiting for Robby to yet again fall for her tricks. Oh yeah, here it comes, she says in a quiet but high-pitched tone. A loud crash suddenly echoes throughout the area as an overly excited Trixie runs out from cover to check on Robby. As Trixie walks over to the pit hole to check on her unlucky victim, she is surprised to discover that a different cat has fallen into the pitfall. Haha, I got you again, Rob. Wait, who are you? She says in a confused expression. A large leopard suddenly jumps out of the pit onto Trixie, his teeth filled with water as he growls with anger and a thirst for revenge. I'm not Robby. My name is Lucifer, and I'm about to destroy you and have me some dinner, Lucifer says in an angry and sinister tone. Trixie panics and tries apologizing to Lucifer, but he ignores her demands and only growls angrier. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were someone other than Robby. Please don't hurt me, she screams in distress. I don't know how you can mistake me for those little ringtail pointy ears, but I don't care because I'm angry. Hold on. The phone just bumped. Okay. And you just fit perfectly for my buffet, he says as he opens his mouth ready to make a meal out of her. Hey, leave her alone, Robby said as he peered over the hill, shouting at Lucifer. Lucifer turns and faces Robby. His tongue circles his mouth as if he's ready to eat. Oh goody, now I can add a serval to my dinner list. Dinner along with the hyena song, my god. He says in a menacing tone. Let her go, Lucifer, or you're going to regret it. He shouts at Lucifer. How about this, Robby? You come over here and I will eat you and the hyena for dinner. He shouts at Robby. Robby looks back and remembers the traps Trixie sets up earlier. He comes up with an idea. Hey, Lucifer, how about a race? You catch me, you ate me, he shouts while turning and shaking his tail. Lucifer gets angry after seeing Robby's taunt and gets ready to chase him. Okay, you little brat, I'm coming after you. Whoa! He runs but suddenly slips and falls into the hole. Robby starts laughing at the sight of Lucifer's mishap, but Lucifer climbs up and resumes chasing him, to which Robby takes off running. Lucifer then tries running faster, but Robby easily keeps him at bay due to his superior speed. The two kitties dash to the forest where Robby was playing with Duncan earlier. And suddenly he comes up with an idea. I wonder if the vines I got tangled in are still there. Robby runs towards the vines and jumps over them and waits for Lucifer. Come on, please don't fail me now, he says nervously as Lucifer approaches closer. Lucifer comes from around the tree and charges at Robby. Just before he can get close enough, the vines swing up and tangle Lucifer in them, stopping him in his tracks. What just happened? He says while confused while trying to get free. It's quite simple. I tricked you into a little surprise I fell for earlier, he said with a chuckle. How? How can you be this tricky? Lucifer says while struggling. Let's just say a friendly hyena taught me. The same one you tried to eat earlier. She's one tricky hyena, Robby said while laughing as he walked away. Robby walked back to the pit where Trixie was waiting for him. She jumped in excitement as he saw him return. Robby, you're alive, Trixie said as Trixie smiled at Robby as he smiled back at her. Thank you so much for saving me. I owe you big time, she said with small tears in her eyes. Robby smirks and chuckles a bit with her. You're welcome, Trixie. I couldn't let him eat you. Plus, I had a run-in with him before, so I knew he was trouble, Robby said as he looked back at the forest again and at Trixie. Can we be friends, please? She says with a worried expression. Robby smiles and shakes her paw. Of course. Everyone deserves a second chance, and I forgive you. Let's be friends, Robby says as he and Trixie walks off into the sunset. Okay, and that's the end of the story. Yeah, I wanted to end this one on a quick note because my phone's about to die right now, but I am glad you read this with me, and I'm sorry for the errors. I kind of admit I didn't proofread this as much as I thought, but I did work hard on this, and I'm glad to have written it. I thought it was fun too. I'm going to be writing more stories in September and in the coming months. I don't know how many left to write this year, but just a few more. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.